Hello and welcome. So today I've got a couple of different things that we're going to do, but before we begin I just wanted to show you what I've been working on in my scavenger hunt journal, just to kind of update you, because I've got a lot of stuff crossed off and I'm almost done. I think I probably only have maybe, it has to be maybe somewhere between 10 to 15 things left to do in this, and then it'll be all done. So I'm really excited about that. So I wanted to show you the couple of things I've added to it. I did find a tag to add in here. I did not make this tag, but I really loved it and thought it was really cute. It says, "Fantasy is hardly an escape from reality. It's a way of understanding it." So I really like that little tag and put it in here. I've also put in some swatches. So I was watching Ann Laur's channel, and today on my break I made little mushrooms because she did, and it was such a cute way to swatch. So if you actually look carefully here, the names of the colors are the stems of the mushrooms, and then the mushrooms themselves are the watercolors. So thank you, Anne, for that idea. It was really cute and I really loved it in your journal. I thought that was adorable. So yeah, thanks. I love mushrooms. I think they're just amazing and cute. Another thing I found was this sticker. So I added a giraffe sticker in here, and then, yes. So Terry answered our 5 prompts. So I wanted to show everybody what she made. This is on her Instagram, and she is Terry Brett 3. So she did all of our prompts. So thank you so much, Terry, and my son ended up sending her a video saying thanks. So I really appreciated that, and I absolutely love this. I think it's so cute. I ended up gluing it in here into my journal. And then this whole page here is actually new. So these are meant to be windows so you can actually see through them. And then I have my planner here. And then on this side, it's kind of chaotic. So I ended up putting frames, I've got stamps, I've got snark, I've got all kinds of stuff in here, and I've also got a little window pocket, song, this is kind of my whatever page. And then I made these little miniature ATCs because when I saw wild card, I knew Janet probably actually meant just to do something, whatever you wanted with it, but I actually took real wild cards from the game Uno and thought it would be cute to make little ATCs. So since I have the Secret Garden theme, I made these kind of Alice in Wonderland, after the little slug who has the hookah. So these are little snails with hookah. And I think it's kind of cool because it's kind of iridescent in a way. So I'm actually pretty happy with how these little guys turned out. So I have this little cute pocket here for them. I've got strings, I've got a vegetable sticker because I don't really have very many of those, so I kind of cheated and put a little plant that looks kind of vegetable-ish. I've got my button, we've got stick figure people with the little fingerprints. We've got a stamp from France from my pen pal. I also made one of my Grateful For page. And on that, I've got my family on here. So this is my husband, Mason, who you hear every now and then. And then you can see my son, Ronan, and then myself. So, just a couple pictures of us whenever we went to the tulip garden. And this is also my red and turquoise page. So, and oddly enough, this page also, I originally actually made it because there were extra prompts that I was doing for a different channel. So I kind of doubled up on that, so it's kind of fun. And then I've also got my Zen Dangles on the side on my brown and blue page here. I decided not to color in this part because I was worried I would lose the colors that were in here, so we're just gonna let it be Zen and Dangle for us. The next thing I'm probably going to do is my house pages. I was thinking about adding a greenhouse to it, or the other idea I had was, besides drawing a bunch of greenhouses, was maybe instead using the watercolor book, because there's actually a page for a page of houses in the watercolor book. So that is also something that I could do there. Not really sure yet. So before we begin on today's project, there was some other stuff I wanted to show you. I did get some happy mail, 2 different types of happy mail actually, and they all involve the same person. How do you know that? So I actually ordered some stamps from PM Art Studio, and I got them. These are from Yolande or Devin, Rex for Arts. So I did get her stamps. I'm really excited about them. I'm not sure that I'll be using them today, but I do want to use them in the future. So I'm really excited about these. I ended up getting one of her girls, which this exact girl is called, whoop, oh my. This one is called Style 3 for the girls. So it's just called Girls. And then I got 2 of her phone ones. I really liked these 2. The other one, just, I know it's more of an antique phone, but I grew up with that kind of phone, whereas these I did not. So I really liked the vintage vibe of these phones. The other one is technically vintage also, it just wasn't my style of vintage. But I love these and I cannot wait to use them. I've never used foam stamps before, so I'll just make sure that I wash them really good. And then the other thing that PM Art Studios sent me that was really cool is they sent me this little stencil. I'm gonna put it against the backdrop of this phone so you can kind of see what it looks like there. And then they also sent me some crafting paper that looks like somebody had jelly printed on. So I got two of them. This one kind of reminds me of plant cells in a way. But yeah, these are very neat looking, so I really appreciate that. So thank you, PM Art Studio. The other happy mail that I received was actually from Devin also. So for this is my happy mail. I actually won one of her drawings. So she actually jelly plated this and it has some snark on it. So it says, "Where's the unsubscribe button for adulthood?" Right? And then she also sent me this really cute print on a dictionary page, so I think that's really cool, and I'd like to definitely use this for something in a project later. So thank you so much for that, and I really appreciate it. I think it's funny, I ended up ordering the same stamp as here because I liked it so much. Like, as soon as I saw you stamp it, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to buy that. So thank you, Devin, I really appreciate it. So I'll go ahead and put these away real quick just so that they don't get in the way of everything. And today we're going to be doing an art circle, and we're going to be doing it around the theme of Alice in Wonderland. My mother-in-law really likes Alice in Wonderland and kind of steampunk designs, so this year I made her a card that's Alice in Wonderland, and then we've got cats and stuff inside because she really likes cats and things of that nature. So I wanted to pair it with a art circle. So I've got a couple books out here that we can take a look at. I've got Collage Soup's All Hail the Fairy Tale. I've got Chess Ephemera, Time Ephemera, and I've got this cut and collage one because she loves cats. So a couple of the images I already know I'm gonna take out of here actually involve cats. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab them out anyway. My goodness, those vegetables here. I'm gonna take these out because I actually now have folders that I can put these in. So I'm gonna take those out. That way they don't get in the way. Put them in my fodder box to go through later. But let's see. So there are some cats up here, but the ones that I was wanting look like they're in frames. So let me see here. Ah, there we go. Framed kitties. So I'm just gonna rip this whole page out because chances are I'm gonna use the things that are on it because I'm gonna fill this circle up. So we've got our cats here, so we'll definitely use some of those. Probably this one because I like the vintage vibe of it, though I am digging the frame to that one too, so maybe. And then I'm just gonna flip through here real quick and see if there were any other cat themed things. I don't think there were, but let's double check. There's some dog ones. Well, here's some more cat ones, but these don't have the vintage frame to them, so I don't think those are gonna go really with what I'm doing because once again we're doing kind of an Alice in Wonderland theme. I'm getting kind of steampunky with it. Okay, so I think that one's good. And then we've got Time Ephemera. I don't know, with, you know, the bunny rabbit and everything, I just thought maybe it would be fun. And I really liked this rabbit, so I'm gonna go ahead Do I have one page? I'm really bad about sometimes tearing out multiple pages at the same time. But yeah, I saw this rabbit in here earlier and thought, heck, that's our kind of guy that we want. So I'm gonna grab that. And then what else do we got in here? I kind of like this old clock too, so I might think about that one. Because I like the idea of something vintagey with it. Like I said, she's really into steampunk too, so maybe if I can find one that's very geary, but like old looking, that would be pretty cool. That's really cool. I would totally wear that watch if I could. I like that it has funny stuff on it like that. Let's see here. Boy, that looks like something else, not really like a watch. Let's see here. Oh, there's another cute little thumper there. Let me make sure I'm staying in frame. Sorry about that. Some bigger ones. That one's funny. If I ever do like a funny one, that could be fun. Like maybe for anxiety, because it looks like anxiety with time. That's pretty. Ooh, this castle's kind of cool. I don't know that we really need a castle in here, but I mean, it could be fun. Do it in a different way, you know, because I mean, there's going to be watches in here anyway. So I'm going to tear this guy out. Wow, they have a lot of rabbits with time in here for some reason. Because this is not the Alice in Wonderland one. That would be cool for Halloween. Let's see here if there's anything else we like. I also have lots of stickers too that are time related that can be used as well. These bottles are kind of interesting because it kind of reminds me of the bottle that she drank to shrink. Are they the same? No, they're not. This one has gears in it. We're gonna go with this one. So I'm just gonna lightly tear that out. Like that, and set it to the side as something we're looking at. And that appears to be all for that one. Now, for the chess ephemera one, what I was thinking is not only might we find some like Queen of the Hearts chess pieces in here, but I was also thinking for that checkery background. If I can't, then I can always draw a checker background, not a big deal. But it would be cool if we could find a checkery background. Let's see here. What all we got in here. I've used this one a few times before. So let's see. Ooh, we've got that one. That's not really Queen of Hearts though. Ooh. But we could use the bottom of this somewhere. I'll wait to tear that out. Let's double check and see if there's more. Let's see. This is a good straight background. Anything interesting on here? Not really. Could use that. Let's see. That's cool. And this one has some really weird pieces on it too. So that could be pretty cool. That one's very Queen of Hearts looking to me. What else do we got in here? The only bad thing about these is since they're double-sided, you know, it feels like you gotta be careful when using them. Ooh, here's a little one here. Maybe we could have a couple of them. So I kind of like this one too. That one's cool looking. And then that's too big. That's kind of cool there. That kind of gives us an Alice vibe. That's very similar to the one we've already got. It'd be cool if she didn't have an M on her forehead. Oh, sometimes I wonder where they get some of these designs. Like, I'm aware that they are AI generated, but sometimes the AI does some weird stuff. Okay, I kind of want to go back for that one. Where'd it go? So maybe we can have a couple pieces in here. That one, I really like that, so I might go. Let's just tear the page out and then just tear her. Okay, so that gives us plenty of chess pieces to work with. Put that in my fodder pile. And then where was that background? I love this one, so we are definitely stealing this from the book. Yeah, we want that. And then let's take a look here, because we need to find some Alice in Wonderland references. We need an Alice, first of all. And then I would also like to try to find, it has a picture of Tweedledee and Tweedledum here. I like that picture. And I know this book is pretty darn big, so let's take a look here. I know I talk a lot also, so I actually kind of liked what Devin suggested in her last video. My videos usually run 2 to 3 hours, so if this part is boring to you, either skip ahead, or you can always fasten it up a bit, or hasten it up a bit. There is actually a way on your player button to make it go faster. So if I'm not going fast enough, please feel free. I will not be offended. Let's see here. I love this queen picture. Is there anything interesting on the back of that? I don't know if we need the whole dang thing, but I think it's really pretty, so I'm gonna take her. That could be our Alice, maybe. Or it could be another Queen of Hearts reference. Either way, I like it. We've got teacups. Teacups could be fun. Let's see. What else do we got in here? More references to time. I would like a Cheshire cat too, if I could find it. She loves cats. So I feel like a Cheshire cat would be perfect. Ooh, like these. This one's perfect here. What's on the back of this? Just some bunnies? All right, we're taking it. Oh no, but this cat's really cute too. I kind of like that one better. What's on the back of it? Yeah. Oh gosh, why are there so many? Okay, we've got this Cheshire cat too. I'm gonna go with this one maybe. Maybe I should hold off on that for a second. I might find one that I like better. We're gonna hold off on that for a second. Let's see, what else do we got here? Really need a Tweedledee, a Tweedledum, and maybe a Mad Hatter. We've got some Queen of Hearts. Oh, I like this page a lot. What's on the back? This could be our Alice that we need. And I like that it has mushrooms. I feel like we could use the mushrooms. I feel like I'm tearing out a lot for a very small space, but hopefully it'll all work out. Because I want enough stuff to like be able to mess around with, you know? Let's see. Still not seeing Tweedledee or Tweedledum, which is weird because they're on the cover, so they gotta be in here somewhere, right? Am I right? Mad Hatters. Aha! Tweedledees and Tweedledums. Those ones are not really what I was looking for, though. Where was the ones that was on the cover? Oh no, they're big. All right, we'll take these two guys. How about that? We're gonna try to fit as much crap in here as we can. And this will probably involve a lot of fussy cutting too. So what I might do to make it a little bit quicker is I may stop recording just to do that. This could be cool for the background too. There's some extra jazz. Some extra colors in there. Maybe. We'll think about it. Oh! Well, see, that's a cool Cheshire cat too. Let's go back here and look at those Cheshire cats again. So definitely I'm gonna want one. Let's see. And I also want to go back for some of those teacups too. Part of me kind of likes these because I can take a small one out. Let's do that. Let's steal this cat. It'll be our one blue thing. Let's see. And then there were teacups back here. Let's get some teacups. Oh, these are all the hookahs where I stole the hookahs for those little ATCs. So those are teapots. There was some teacups. Where the cups go? Where are my cups at? Here they are. All right. So I think that is plenty of ephemera to mess around with here. I don't really have a hatter though. Should I have a hatter? Do I need a Mad Hatter? We're all a little mad in here, wouldn't you say? I'm kind of digging these. I really am actually digging her, but she's a little big. Maybe this guy. It's on the other side. Just a cat. We're good. All right. So I am thinking that that should be plenty. Yeah, the rest of these are pretty cool, but I want it to be less creepy. Yeah, those are kind of creepy. Okay. Well, I think we got plenty to work with. So let's take a look at them backgrounds, eh? All right. So I've got this for the background. And we're just gonna rip it up. I really, really like this portally area here. So I'd like to try to get that in here somewhere. So it's really cool. I'm gonna tear it and make it round. Maybe put that here. And then we've got our chess sets. Maybe we can do some of that there. And maybe some of this here. Getting it to go a little crazy is what we're gonna do. Okay, and if we need more, we've got more, but that seems like plenty to me. So let's see here. I've got this bottle. That could be cool. All right, give me a moment and I'm gonna fussy cut out some stuff that we can use on this. All right, so I'm back and I've fussy cutted some things. And what I was thinking is I could actually add some hearts and stuff for like the Queen of Hearts in the background. I thought maybe that would be kind of a fun touch. So I took parts of the Queen of Hearts' skirt and I've just been kind of ripping it up and figured that we could just glue it down as part of the background. And that could give us kind of like a cool card look and stuff like that. So maybe we could do something like this on the edges, like that, and just kind of Just kind of playing a bit because a lot of this I don't even know if we're going to be able to see it. So it's just kind of adding a little bit of something something to the background. Like maybe we can put this in the very middle or something to kind of tie it all together. Something like that. I think that would be kind of interesting. So here's a background, and then as we go, we can start adding the characters too. So I'm gonna go ahead and begin gluing down our background. For that, I am going to use matte medium. And I believe I needed a new brush for that because I think my brush finally went kaput. So let me just grab a paintbrush real quick. And let's get a paintbrush that we don't care about. That brush is pretty stiff. I don't know about that one. Let's do... we'll do this brush. What the hey? It's a little big, but that's okay. We'll have plenty of room. So, I've got my matte medium here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and remove these background pieces, and then I'm going to start slathering them down. So I know that that's going to go in the middle. So I'm just going to go ahead and paint into that real quick. And then I'm just going to slap it down and then paint over top of it to just really matte it down. Hence matte medium, har har har. Get that going. And it'll dry clear. I just like to try to make it to where there's no streaky streaks. Okay, and so I definitely know that I want that in the top corner. So let's go ahead and get that down so we can see what it'll look like. Something like that. And then I'm just going to put this in the very corner. This guy down here. Just like that. Do this kind of overlapping a bit. Wrinkle there that I don't really want. Okay. And then we've got these little hearts here. Oops. There. There we go. So that is looking like a pretty decent background in my opinion. So from here, I'm gonna do the DD method and I'm gonna dry it, and then I'm gonna go over it with some paint to paint it in. So I'm just gonna cover my matte medium. And we're gonna do that. I'm also gonna go clean this brush, so I'll be right back. Alrighty, so now I'm back and we can start painting in some colors here. So I'm seeing a lot of reds, whites, and blacks in the background. So those are the colors that I'm gonna go ahead and stick to. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a white paint, a red paint, and a black. Go. And I'm gonna get us a clean little guy here. We're gonna go black. White and red. Those are the three colors I see, so those are the three colors that shall be. So I think I'm gonna start with some black and white together. If I can pick up the white. Come here. All right. And just gonna start swishing it in. Too light there. And the nice thing is because I've used matte medium as Dee Dee usually does in her methods, if something happens to where I accidentally paint over something I don't want painted over, I can just simply erase it with a baby wipe, which is quite nice. So I'm just gonna lightly paint it in. Oop. Got a little thick there, but that's okay. I kind of like that little scrunchy look there because it's like near this thing, so I think that looks pretty good. Some more black in here. So there's some parts where I want it to be pretty deep. And maybe up here we can do a bit of red with the black. There we go, something like that to start getting that red in there. Mixture of them towards the middle. Give that some more black. Also helping because whatever didn't get stuck down right, it should help keep it down. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna go wipe off my fingers real quick and then we can start placing our characters. All right, so I'm thinking this looks pretty good. So now we can start thinking about what we want to do with our characters. You know, one thing I definitely want to happen is something like this. Like, I think that would look really good together. So what I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna glue down our queen, I think, and with her, I wonder if maybe we should give her like a heart behind her so that you know for a fact that she is definitely the Queen of Hearts. Let's do that. So I'm gonna just take some regular glue. And I'm going to put that there like that. I'm gonna make it look like a movie poster. Doing right now is just manipulating the glue. I'm gonna put that right there, like that. And my paint is not quite dry there, so I just want to be careful that if I move anything, I'm really smashing it down and I'm not like ruining it, I guess you could say. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll put her right there like that. Start building our world. Okay, so I'm just mixing the glue. Get it nice and satchy. By satchy, I mean saturated. Just like that. And then I want Alice to be like right here in front of her. Do I want all of Alice though? That's the question. I don't really think I need Alice's feet. I'm gonna cut her feet off. So I just think that's gonna make some weird, awkward leg dangling situations that we don't really need. Let's go ahead and glue down our Alice, and let's put a mushroom behind her on this side. I think that could look pretty cool. Something like that. This. Our centerpiece here, but she's always going to have that queen behind her up to no good. Just like that. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see it just a little bit better. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. And then let's see here. Let's bring out our other character-y stuff so that we know what's going on here. We've got Tweedledee, Tweedledum, we've got this rabbit, we've got him. We've also got this building, which is quite interesting. No, maybe we should put that here. Maybe we could do, oh, that's 2 clocks pretty close to each other. Let's go ahead and put that bottle there. And maybe we can put the teacup in front of it. Be like the jar that she used to shrink to go in the tree. And then we've got this cool teacup, and what we can do is maybe do something like this. So let's go ahead and get our hatter. Oops, gotta be careful, that paint's still a little wet. Okay, the hatter, the teacup can go here. Something like that. And then a new paper towel. That one's completely gluey. That's what I do. I wipe my hands on all the paper towels, so sorry. I know it's not exactly the most unwasteful thing ever, but it works. Okay, so that looks pretty good there, like that. And then let's do our bunny. I think our bunny should go right there. Let's look at our mushroom situation too while we're at it. Oh, we still need this guy up here. Maybe he can be up here in the sky. Think about that. I definitely want our bunny right here, I think. With our little ears sticking up. Got some glue leaking. There we go. Something like that. And then we've got our Tweedledee and our Tweedledum who can go down here. Good. All the important people are in here. Now we need the Cheshire Kitty. I think the Cheshire Kitty should go up here because all the crazy stuff is happening up there, so why not? just like that. So that way we have our Cheshire Kitty. And now we've got all of these mushrooms. I don't actually think we need this one. Maybe we could put this one over here. Chess piece there. I think that's a nice little touch. And then we just got a bunch of mushrooms. So I guess we're just gonna mushroom it, y'all. Put one right here, maybe like as if it's coming out from behind this bunny. Oops. Maybe we can do that one and a heart one. That'd be cute. I'm thinking about it. I don't think I need to do any mist or stars on this because I think it's already pretty busy. I mean, I'm sure that could add something to it, but I don't know. I'm really liking the way it's looking right now. Put that right behind his shoulder there as if it's coming out from behind him, even though it's not. Heart mushrooms because they're very cute. Do I want that one or do I want a different shape? Kind of like this one because it's a different shape. Mushrooms here. I don't think we can use that one because it's not a very good shape. If we use that, it's going to get in the way of the watch. I kind of like that one in the middle of them. And I like that it has the heart motif still. Let's do it. We're just gonna do it. This is our world. We can do what we want, right? Let's do it. Manifest that shiz. Alright. And then I still want these two guys in here. I think I'm gonna put this interesting shaped mushroom. Let's see. Too many stripes. Maybe that one there and this one here. Yeah. This one could even be coming out there. Something like that. And then I have another mushroom. I do that. Oh, it's right here. Put that one. Do I want it right there? No. I think it's kind of okay because it like helps that bunny out, I think. ahead and put my initials on it. So I think that's pretty much it. That's all that can really fit on there at this point. Let's see here, I've got that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Watch as we make it disappear. Oh yeah. Look at us being cool. Globby. There we go. Takes care of some of those globs there. All right, so I'm gonna get a different marker then and try again. Let's do a white Posca instead. So it has my initials, KKH 2025. Clean that tip off. Okay. And then I'm gonna go around it in gold. So I think that'll look really pretty. For that, probably not. Just see another square pops off of this silly thing. But I did order a cutting board to go on top of this, like one of those ones you can use an X-Acto knife on that's for art. So then that tissue paper coming off won't matter. Wahaha. Second just to finish this gold, and then I'll back out a bit so you can see the whole thing. I do like the gold around it though. That's another thing I learned from Dee Dee's channel, is just that pop of gold sometimes is what you need, girl. And I might see if I can use some white Posca anywhere, we'll see. But I wanted to add this first. Uh-oh, my marker's drying. Come on, little friend, you're almost to the end. You can do it. It's because that paint's still wet there a bit. Alright, that looks good. So see, now it's got that gold around it, so it looks pretty good. And we can do just a little bit of details with the Posca with the hay. So you can see her hair right here. Just give her some hair shine. Nowhere near the level that Dee Dee is at this, but I'll try my best. Hi, baby.
Hi.
Hi. What do you think? You think Gaga will like that?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah?
That's pretty good at painting.
Thank you, buddy. Well, I think honestly that's it. I think we've pretty much done it. So if you made it with me this far, thank you so much. And
Yeah, I will see you later too.
that's right, Ronan. Go ahead and give him a peace sign. Or maybe a thumbs up. You want to do a thumbs up?
Yeah.
All right.
Now let me do it all by myself.
Okay. Well, we'll see you next time. Bye.
We'll see you next time. Goodbye.